We have a couple of exciting announcements here in our first week of the regular season. I'm pleased to be joined by some friends. Our mayor, John Cranley, Ken Oswald from Oswald Company, Dr. Yusuf Ahmad, who's the president and CEO of AssureCare, and of course our head coach, John Harks. We are thrilled with the progress we've made and all the support we've received to date. This is a fun thing. Sports is fun. Sports brings a lot of excitement. It brings people together in a community, and it really gives our youth soccer players in this area, which has always been a real hotbed, it gives them just something to look forward to be a professional player here in their hometown. To begin the two announcements, let me bring up my good friend, John Cranley. I had the opportunity to serve with Mayor Cranley for 4 years on Cincinnati City Council. He's a great leader. He's a big sports fan, and he's a bigger fan of what's great for Cincinnati, and we're thrilled to be a part of it. So let me welcome John Cranley.
Thanks, Jeff. This is very exciting. Soccer is the future of American sports. And Cincinnati is going to be at the cutting edge and at the forefront. And Jeff Berding is the perfect person to lead this effort. And we have the perfect coach to really get this team going. And I really am bullish on the future of FC Cincinnati because I know the quality of the people leading this organization. And, of course, it helps to have a sport that clearly is rising in popularity around the country. And not every city is going to end up with a team. And the fact that we have FC Cincinnati is huge. And as your mayor, I am asking everybody to open their arms to FC Cincinnati, come to a game, support the team. Let's show the world that we are a soccer town, just like we're a Bengals and a Reds town. Let's be a soccer town, too. I do have to say, however, that I'm putting some things on the line. So I spoke to the mayor of Charlotte a couple days ago, and we have a friendly wager. And we're revealing the Queen City Cup, which has to do with who wins between FC Cincinnati and their team, I guess over 2 matches, right? Not just one. And when we win, the mayor of Charlotte has agreed to wear an FC Cincinnati jersey and serve the homeless in her community. And in that scenario, I will serve the homeless, of course, in an FC Cincinnati jersey. You can guess what happens if the other result occurs. And not to bring up bad memories, but a couple months ago, I did have to serve the homeless in a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. So hopefully that won't happen again. And I have every confidence that she will be wearing the FC Cincinnati jersey. In either case, we'll be serving the homeless of our respective communities. And I want to thank the mayor of Charlotte for being such a good sport. So I really don't have a whole lot other to add other than let's go FC Cincinnati. And thank you, Jeff, for your leadership.
Thank you, Mayor. So we've been committed from the start to be another jewel in the crown of the Queen City. However, Charlotte also refers to itself as the Queen City. So the opportunity with their GM and ownership and their mayor to create this Queen City Cup Challenge seemed a natural draw, a natural sports promotion to spread the goodwill of soccer between our two cities. We will be hosting the Charlotte Independents in our inaugural home opener on April the 9th. We will then move to Charlotte on May the 21st to play them at the Ramblewood Soccer Complex. So this Queen City Cup Challenge will work like this. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, obviously 0 points for the loss. In the case of a tie on points, the teams with the most goals in aggregate will win the cup. In the case if there's still a tie on points and goals, the team with the most road goals will win. Each team will have, when they win the cup annually, will have their their name in the year put on the cup. Charlotte is a great franchise. They joined the USL last year in 2015 in their inaugural season and made the playoffs. They have a great group down there, and we're really looking forward to this Queen City Cup Challenge. A little bit about the trophy, the Queen City Trophy. It is silver-plated and Italian-made. Compliments of John and my good friend Pete Whitty at Barron Identification Products in Price Hill. It stands 21.5 inches tall, and again, each year we look forward to putting our name on the trophy, right, John? Absolutely. So anyway, it's a great opportunity, and I appreciate John's leadership. You know, sports has the potential to do a lot of good in the community, and so the opportunity to have this wager and serve the homeless shows how sports brings goodwill and good outcomes. So with that, we look forward to the Queen City Cup and starting it at our very first inaugural game. Next, I want to introduce our Youth Soccer Community Days. Our Youth Soccer Community Days is an endeavor to introduce professional soccer to Greater Cincinnati's thriving youth soccer community. For our first two games of the year, April the 9th and April 16th against Louisville City, we're going to allow youth soccer players, 8th grade and younger, to wear their team's youth soccer jersey and then come to our games and have the opportunity to buy on site a $1 ticket. So for $1 for the youth wearing their jersey, they can come in and see very high-level soccer and see some role models right here at FC Cincinnati and Nippert Stadium. This offer is compliments of two outstanding business leaders here in town, Ken Oswald and Dr. Yusuf Ahmad. They wanted to partner with FC Cincinnati and make sure that any youth soccer player who wants to come to the game has the opportunity to do so and to celebrate the rich tradition of high-quality youth soccer here in Greater Cincinnati. You know, those youth soccer players, when they come to the games, are going to see two of our players who just years ago were in their shoes. We have two youth soccer players from Greater Cincinnati who are members of FC, and they're both here. We have Austin Berry and Luke Spencer. Guys, why don't you come up a little bit so people can see you? You know, they can speak for themselves, but you know, when they were growing up, if the ambition, the drive to be a professional soccer player, you know, they didn't really have anything on the local end to look to as the model. My son and John's son and all the kids growing up in Greater Cincinnati can look to these two guys and watching them on the pitch at Nippert and see, I want to be like them someday. I want to do what they've been able to do through hard work. And we think that that's an enormous part of what we're building here, is trying to rise the tide across the soccer community here in Greater Cincinnati. So let me bring up briefly Ken and Yusuf to say a few words in terms of the partnership. So Ken?
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mario asked me, the marketing director, asked me to consider sponsoring this program for youth soccer. And it didn't take me long to answer that question. I said, absolutely. I was a single parent. Both my sons played soccer. And we have fond memories of their days playing select and say and premier soccer. And they both wanted to play professional soccer. That was their dream. But at the time, we didn't have a local professional soccer team. In fact, there was really no professional soccer team in the States. But soccer to them gave them discipline, gave them focus, gave them teamwork, perseverance, working hard. In the case of adversity, they learned a lot. And that's why it didn't take long for me to step up and say, let's help our youth, because I believe soccer is an important milestone, an important stepping stone for our youth into their lives and their careers. So, well done. Thank you, FC Cincinnati, and good luck.
Thank you, Ken. Yusuf?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Just for the record, I'm the only one in the FC Cincinnati gear. wanted to point that out. I've been a healthcare person for the last. Oh, there you go. Coach Harks has it. Just got to see it a bit more. So I grew up in the Abu Dhabi area, in the Emirates, playing soccer all my life. Came here as a teenager immigrant. Scorching heat, the desert didn't bother me. I'm a huge soccer fanatic. And when I came here, I realized it wasn't as big of a sport. And I'm like, 6.5 billion people play soccer just about the rest of the world. I had known, have had the privilege of knowing both Jeff Berding, Mayor Cranley, and then I found out last year that, guess what, my own city of Cincinnati is thinking about starting a professional soccer club. So I was elated. I'm like, how do I get involved? But AssureCare is a healthcare organization, and we believe that a healthy body is a healthy mind. And what a huge opportunity, a tremendous opportunity, a privilege really, to allow us to enable and catalyze the youth to come and participate, get involved, and bring the vibrancy of soccer to our city, and pick the sport as the leading sport. So again, we are honored for the partnership. We feel privileged, and this is just the beginning. Go FC Cincinnati. Thank you.
We have representatives here from several of the youth clubs in town. We're agnostic. We want to support all the youth clubs, and we have our Give Back program where we are partnering with any and every youth club organization, be it Cincinnati United Premier, the largest, King's Hammer, the second largest, all the way through to Say Soccer on the rec side. We've had great relationships with them. Many of their families and many of the youth players in town, they've already purchased tickets, and we thank them. But there's 56,000 youth soccer players in Greater Cincinnati. For those that haven't had the opportunity yet to purchase tickets, these 2 youth soccer community days give them a great opportunity to come experience FC Cincinnati at Nippert. So we thank everyone who's already on board, and we're looking forward to getting more people on board through these first 2 games. So with that, I'm going to introduce our head coach, John Harks.
First of all, thank you for everybody for showing up today and supporting not just the event, but also the club. There's a lot of hard work that goes into building something from scratch, and I can tell you that it's so far it's been very much well worth it. But we can't do that alone. And certainly when you talk about opportunities to get everybody involved in sharing that experience and that dream and that vision, I have to really say that thank you, Mayor Cranley, for all of your support. From day one, you and I had a conversation at the launch, and we talked about what the future may lie ahead, and it's all positive. And obviously, the more people that we can bring into our dream and what we're trying to do, the better. And so thank you to Ken and Youssef as well, not just for being here and being involved in soccer, but for caring about the kids, because that's the most important. And when you show that they care, the foundation, the grassroots, that's the number one thing to build on. So when you connect that with the game and you connect that with people like the game connects globally around the world, that's the most important. So that's why we're very excited to have all of you involved. Tremendous amount of thank yous from everybody and the players and coaching staff alike, and obviously from our organization. And I'm really excited to, maybe even serve with Mayor Cranley while we wear our jerseys.
Great.
Yeah, and make sure that we give back to the community in the right way. But a little bit, just not just on the youth movement and initial movement. I think it's fantastic to have a Queen City Cup, because not only are you beginning a process of connecting the clubs in the USL, which is fantastic, and it's a great experience for, both organizations and also for the community, but also it's a beginning of a rivalry, which really kind of ignites the passion and the emotion, and that's why we play the game. And so from our perspective, I think it's a brilliant idea. And, the main important focus for me is that, when you grow up serving, others, I think that's the best thing. And as much as we can do to serve our community, it's going to be best. So if we can tie that together and, make that grow, more power to them. So thank you so much for you guys and everything that you're doing for our club. And, of course, with the youth soccer, I've been involved with that for a long period of time, and I look forward to working with all the youth groups because we're very much inclusive for everybody. So thank you guys so much.
Any questions?
If we could have a question for the coach,
Sure.
just about what should fans expect this year? How competitive will they be?
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, what can fans expect? How competitive will this team be the first year?
I think that, just alone what we've kind of shown in the preseason is a little bit of a snapshot of things to come. Not just a success in terms of winning the tournament down in Florida with international competition and Major League Soccer competition in New York City FC. I just think that every day, the collective group, the mentality, the willingness to compete and fight and battle, but also be able to be adaptive to all the adversity that we're going to face. This year, coming out of the gate is a big challenge. And we have a big respect for the clubs that are existing, especially Charleston Battery, that has a 25 unbeaten streak at their home. They're one of the four the foundings of the league itself. So they have a great history in the game. So look, what can you expect from us? A team that's going to represent the colors very well. That's going to take pride in everything they do. That's going to say never give up attitude no matter what's happening through the game. But also a team that wants to entertain and wants to make sure that we bring people into the actual game itself. Anyone else? Yeah, you in the tie in the back. Cody, you have a question? Okay, thank you.
We want to thank everyone for coming. We have a lot of guests. We appreciate you being here. We have compliments of the Taste of Belgium, our good partners, John Francois and his team. We have some FC Cincinnati cookies and waters. So for any of you who missed lunch, please have a cookie. And again, I want to thank everyone for coming. It's an exciting time here at FC Cincinnati. We're thrilled to get underway this weekend. Thank you.